The story of the Trojan War. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there were two great cities, Greece and Troy. These cities were very powerful and had many brave warriors. They were known for their strength and courage. But one day, something happened that would change everything. In Greece, there was a handsome prince named Paris. He lived in Troy, which was a beautiful city with high walls and lovely gardens. Paris went to Greece to meet a beautiful princess named Helen. Helen was known as the most beautiful woman in the world. When Paris saw her, he fell in love at once. But there was a problem. Helen was already married to King Menelaus of Greece. Paris didn't care. He wanted to be with Helen, so he took her back to Troy. This made King Menelaus very angry. He wanted to get his wife back. King Menelaus called for help from his brother Agamemnon. Agamemnon was the king of all the Greeks. He gathered a big army of brave warriors. They were ready to go to Troy and bring Helen back. The army included famous heroes like Achilles and Odysseus. When the Greeks arrived at Troy, they found the city surrounded by tall walls. The Trojans were waiting for them, ready to defend their home. The war began. For 10 long years, the Greeks and the Trojans fought. There were many battles, and both sides were very brave. Achilles was a strong warrior for the Greeks. He fought with all his might. Hector was the prince of Troy and fought to protect his city and his family. The fighting was tough, and many warriors were hurt. The Greeks and Trojans both lost friends and family. They were tired, but they never gave up. Each side wanted to win the war. One day, Achilles got very angry because Hector killed his friend, Patroclus. Achilles wanted revenge. He fought Hector and they had a great battle. In the end, Achilles won and Hector lost. Achilles was very sad but also proud. After many years, the Greeks were still not able to break into Troy. They needed a clever plan. One night, Odysseus, the wisest of the Greeks, came up with a great idea. He said, "Let's build a giant wooden horse." The Greeks worked hard to build the wooden horse. It was huge and could fit many soldiers inside. Once the horse was finished, the Greeks pretended to give up. They left the horse outside the gates of Troy and sailed away. They wanted the Trojans to think they had won the war. The Trojans were curious. They came out and looked at the big wooden horse. They thought it was a gift. The Trojans decided to bring the horse inside their city walls. They celebrated their victory with a big party. At night, when everyone was asleep, the soldiers hidden inside the horse came out. They were very quiet. The soldiers opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, who had secretly returned. Together, they attacked the sleeping Trojans. The Greeks surprised the Trojans. They fought bravely, and the Trojans were not ready. The Greeks quickly took over the city. They had finally won the war after 10 long years. But the story does not end there. After the war, many of the Greek heroes faced their own challenges on the way home. Odysseus had many adventures on his journey back to Greece. He faced monsters and storms, and it took him many years to return home. Back in Troy, the beautiful city was gone. The walls were broken, and the Trojans were very sad. They had lost their home and their brave prince, Hector. But even after the war, the stories of the brave Trojans and Greeks lived on. And so, the Trojan War teaches us about bravery, love, and the importance of being clever. It shows us that sometimes, the greatest battles are fought not just with strength, but also with our minds.